The pilgrimage of presidential hopefuls. The Western Wall, a photo op with Netanyahu, all first stops ahead of a possible run for the U.S. top spot.
In some ways, I think of Israel as the new Iowa. You know, it's like sort of the indicator that you're running for president is a trip to Israel.
But why go all the way to Tel Aviv in search of the Holy Grail?
It's a rite of passage. All presidential candidates pass through Israel. Mostly it's about money.
Jewish and pro-Israel money accounts for between 1/4 and 1/3 of all donations to the major political parties. Some estimate higher, and one former congresswoman put it this way.
They bought the executive branch. They bought the legislative branch.
Pro-Israel federal campaign contributions amounted to more than $11.7 million in 2010, leaving other foreign and defense policy contributions, along with human rights, women's issues, the environment, and gun rights donations, in the dust. And this power of the purse has built a reputation in Washington for the most powerful pro-Israel political group in the country.
I think what AIPAC has done best has impressed upon candidates and upon elected officials that they can punish people who vote the wrong way and that they can reward people who vote the right way.
Rumblings of which could be heard at the height of tensions between the White House and Israel over settlements last spring, in the way some members talked about President Obama's fate.
I think he may very well be a one-term president.
The Jewish people.
Now in the last few months, we've seen a parade of GOP politicians through the Holy Land, ostensibly to boost their foreign policy credentials. Huckabee, Romney, Giuliani, Barber, and most recently, of course,
Palin, who is known for her uncompromising support for the state of Israel,
but who is known in the U.S. when it comes to international aptitude by her infamous lack of it.
You can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
And if candidates like Palin are hoping to gain insight into the Middle East, it doesn't take a political analyst to see a major part of the picture is missing.
Someone asked Sarah Palin what she thought about the West Bank. She says, you know, I use Wells Fargo.
But critics argue an accurate view of the issues is just not really the point.
She just goes, does a little tourism, and comes back, and she's ticked that box on her presidential finance raising.
And a broader perspective might not matter much to the future of U.S. foreign policy anyway.
The people of the United States don't have true representation when it comes to their values versus the values of the pro-Israel lobby.
So all of this helps to explain why first stop on the international tour isn't, say, China, with its rise in the world and its stake in U.S. bonds, or Russia, which the U.S. is trying to reset relations with, or Saudi Arabia, with the planned U.S. sales of $60 billion in arms to counter Iran, or even the UK, which is the other part of the so-called special relationship. But instead, why potential presidents on the surface looking to boost their foreign policy street cred bypass all of these other countries and head straight to the stump in just one? Lauren Lister, RT, New York.